Islam, ലോകത്തും സുന്ദരം. വാഫി വഫിയ based on കലോത്സവങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ സമാരംഭം കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. PG വിഭാഗം ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് വേദിയിൽ ആരംഭിക്കും. PG വിഭാഗം ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്കിനുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ ശ്രദ്ധക്ക്. ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിന്റെ സമയം 7 മിനിറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും. 5:30 മിനിറ്റ് ആയാൽ വാർണിംഗ് ബെൽ അടിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
turn pain into power. ആണ് വിഷയം. On the stage വിഷയം turn pain into power. ഇപ്പോഴല്ല ആദ്യം ചാക്കിൽ വെച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു ഒരാശ്വാസം.
വാഫി വഫിയ ബീസോൺ കലോത്സവം ഇവിടെ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. വേദിയിൽ PG വിഭാഗം ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. മത്സരാർത്ഥികളുടെ ശ്രദ്ധയ്ക്ക് സമയം 7 മിനിറ്റ്. 5:30 മിനിറ്റ്. PG വിഭാഗം ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരം വേദിയിൽ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. കോഡ് ലെറ്റർ A on the stage. വിഷയം turn pain into power. Judges please note. Code letter A on the stage. Topic turn pain into power.
Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello, check. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What a magnificent crowd. I can see some students here, teachers, and some scholars. And I know that some of you might be holding a bachelor's degree, a master's, or even PhD. Great. Now, because I was a master in disappearing from classroom. Quite unique, right? I know that. But I wish I had. Now, have you ever faced a moment in your life so painful that it felt impossible to move forward? Or a time when the weight of a challenge was too much to bear? Exactly. Some of you have it. Anyway, I have. When I was at high school, I spent most of my time outside the classroom. It's not because I hate school. I love it. But there was a subject called EC, English Communication. Yet, it was not that much easy for me. In that period, each and every student has to get up, face the class, and speak in English. I was too shy and afraid of facing a crowd. Apart from that, though I was studying in an English medium school, I was the only person who failed in an English exam. So you can imagine how famous I would be, and a failure at the same time. There is a quote, man fails and failure makes man. You all know Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he made a light bulb. And in my case, I failed 10,000 times and I'm still waiting for my light bulb moment. You all know Mark Zuckerberg, right? And that's me with failures. Only if I had my own social media site, it will be called as Failbook. So that was my high school life filled with failures. But one day, my teacher called me out of the blue and said, I have a little surprise for you. I was like, surprise? What kind of surprise? He said, you are going to represent our class in a speech competition. How about that? It was at that moment I knew I sucked up. Without even attending a single class, trying to learn, read or speak in English, I was going to represent my class in a speech competition. Quite hilarious, right? I had no clue, no place to hide, with 2 weeks in hand. Anyway, I decided to phone a friend and somehow I made a speech. As usual, that day came in a flash. I could hear the announcement, judges please note, code letter A on the stage. I went to the podium. I cleared my throat and started to speak. Honorable guests, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Then I slowly looked up. I saw the entire crowd staring at me. My mind became blank. My legs started to tremble. I could feel my blood racing through my veins and my sweaty palms. And then I saw the entire crowd laughing at me. For the first time in my life, I felt the heat of humiliation, the pain of insult, the agony of outrage. And I hardly remember how I managed to escape from the crowd by covering my face so that no one could see my tears. So that was it. After a couple of hours, my teacher came to me and said, don't worry, boy. Pain will pass away, but the beauty will remain. At that moment, I didn't get what he was trying to say. But now, while I'm standing here facing this magnificent crowd, I'm getting what he said. It was on that day I realized that pain is not just a pain, it's an opportunity to write your own destiny. It's an opportunity to capitalize in your life. You know, holding your pain is like holding a glass of water. If you hold it for 1 minute, you feel nothing. And if you hold it for 10 minutes, you feel nothing. But if you hold it for an entire day, your hands will get numb from the pain and you will feel exhausted. In the year 2009, there was a software engineer that no one wanted to hire. He had 12 years of experience at Yahoo, but he was rejected by Facebook, Twitter, and other major companies. So you can imagine his pain, 12 years of experience and still rejections. But he was not ready to hold a glass of water. He decided to team up with one of his colleagues and start to develop an app. In 5 years' time, he saw that app for $19 billion to Facebook. Believe it or not, his name is Brian Acton, one of the co-founders of WhatsApp. So my folks, one thing is clear. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. So let your pain, suffering, and your setback lead you to a wiser, stronger, and sharper version of yourself. Because your power lies in how you rise. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Next code letter B on the stage. Topic: break free from fear. Judges, please note, code letter B on the stage. Topic: break free from fear.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Listen to this very carefully. Every breakup is a wake-up call. After all, it's not a breakdown, it's break up. Hi everyone, I'm Sadiq Said here, a language trainer. You know, a trainer's role is to connect with people. And my way of connecting with people is to tell them stories. Tell them stories in a different way so that they can take the things in a slightly better way. So today, in this auspicious occasion, I would like to share with you my thoughts and stories about the topic, break free from fear. Let me begin with the story number 1. It's all about the movie named Dream Seller. What was the name of the movie? Dream Seller. I'm not saying the whole story of the film, but the scene was like this. There was a man who was good looking and he was a well-known psychologist. You know the role of a psychologist, right? Finding solutions to the problems of people. Unfortunately, one day, this guy is going to commit suicide. The whole world is watching because he was a well-known psychologist. But the man who looks like a mad, he just saved him. At that time, the psychologist said, I have saved a lot of people in my life. I have saved a lot of people in my life. But today, you just saved me. Why you saved me? Who are you? The man's reply is what I want to say. Because it hurts my heart. The man's reply was like this. You just tried to put a full stop to your life. At that time, I just put a comma there. How beautiful. When people are trying to put a full stop to their lives by saying, this life is disgusting, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live anymore. Just put a comma there. Hey dear, I'll be there with you. Don't worry, just go on. You're the book yet to be written. Come on, go on. Just put a comma. How many of us can we say or can we put a comma to others' life? We can make others into the comma stage, right? I'm not saying about that thing. I'm saying about the other thing, comma. You know, the fear is a prison of mind. The fear which means you are living in your mind. People suffering fear either what happened before or may happen next, right? So your fear is always about the thing that does not exist. The thing that does not exist. And the basis of the fear is imagination. You have to use excessive imagination to create a fear. Simply, you are not rooted in reality. If you are rooted in reality, there will be no fear. One thing you just want to understand that the fear is a gatekeeper, but you are the key holder. It may stand in front of your greatness, but one thing you just want to understand, you have the only power to unlock it. So, just be the warriors to your fears, not the warrior. Just be the warriors to your fears, not the warrior. I think it's in the year 2022, I don't remember so. Cristiano Ronaldo, he just announces that his wife is going to give birth to twins. The whole football world is in very excitement and sincere prayers. And this man, you know, he was playing for Manchester United, I think so, at that time. And there was a match which near to this delivery against Liverpool, the great opponents of Manchester United. And the whole world is in very excitement. Cristiano is also in very excitement because he have a plan to celebrate whether he scores goal. This is for my children. He have a plan like that. Unfortunately, his wife gives birth to twins, but he lost his son. He lost his son. He was devastated. The whole football world keep mum in front of him. And you know, these Liverpool fans, they have a song. They sing this song whether their players get depressed. And the song was like this: you will never walk alone. The whole world is with you. Go and score the goal. The song was like that. You will never walk alone. And you know, this man, he can't play. Cristiano Ronaldo, he can't play the match. But on the match day, a beautiful thing happened though. When the time was 7, you know the specialty of 7. Cristiano Ronaldo's number was 7, right? When the time was 7, the score is 0-0. The whole Liverpool fans, they stand with the portrait of Cristiano Ronaldo. And they start singing, Cristiano, you will never walk alone. How beautiful. You will never walk alone. 50,000 plus people, they're standing together and holding together a man who lost his son. Not from their team, listen, not from their team, from the opponent team. You will never walk alone. How many of us can we say to others, you will never walk alone? Maybe we are friends before. We used to be friends before, but now he is in a crisis. We can say, oh, leave that guy. He deserves it. Leave that guy. Instead, you will never walk alone. Into the first point. Every breakup is a wake-up call. So today, I challenge you to break free from all the chains of fear. Step into your greatness and let the world see the better version, the incredible potential within the you space. May Allah bless you. May life bless you with the people who say you will never walk alone. Have a nice day. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് മത്സരത്തിന് ശേഷം PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരം വേദിയിൽ അരങ്ങേറുന്നതാണ്. മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് കോഡ് ലെറ്റർ സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നതിനായി മൈക്ക് പോയിന്റിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരുക. വേദിയിൽ നെക്സ്റ്റ് കോഡ് ലെറ്റർ C. Topic: Trust the process. Judges, please note code letter C. Topic: Trust the process.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Some of you are in positions right now where something didn't work out. Maybe it was a job, maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a dream, maybe it was that something that happened 2 years ago. But you define your life by that moment. You have allowed that moment to become your identity. And you consider yourself as failure. In 2017, as a Temhidia student, I attended the 10th State Wafy Arts Fest in Wafy campus, Kattilangadi. Back then, I was merely a spectator. I didn't have a single program to participate in. But I stood in the crowd and watching others shine on the stage, but could not help. I feel a sense of emptiness. I wanted to be there, participating, contributing, and showcasing my talents. Fast forward 7 years to 2024. At here, 13th State Wafy Arts Fest, guess what? Not only am I participating, I have 3 programs scheduled within these 2 hours, along with several offstage items. See, this journey reminded me an important truth. The life doesn't reward you instantly, but it rewards you eventually if you remain consistent and trust the process. The days of doubts, struggles, hard works are the foundation for your success. See, someone graduated at 22 and waited 5 years to secure a good job. Someone became CEO at 25 and died at 50. Someone became CEO at 50 and lived up to 90. Someone got married at 20, but 5 years later they got divorced. Someone got married at 40 and they found their everlasting love. Obama retired at 55, then Trump started at 70. Everyone is running their own race in their own time. So relax. You are not late, you are not early. You are running on your time. So many people in this world are afraid to fail. So many people in this world experience failure and they give up on life. See, let me tell you something. Failure is only you stop trying. I want to let you know, no matter how hard it may have been, no matter how hard it is, no matter how many challenges and obstacles, no matter how many setbacks you endured in, that if you are still breathing, if you are still going, if you are still trying, you are not failure. I don't care what the world says. I don't care what the opinion says. I don't care what the even mirror says. You said yourself, you are not failure. Failure only exists with people who no longer tries. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb by over 1,000 times failed. When asked about his failures, he replied, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was invention with 1,000 steps. J.K. Rowling, the known author, faced rejection from 12 publications before getting the Harry Potter a global phenomenon. Imagine if she had stopped submitting manuscript for after the first rejection. Her story shows us that every no is one step closer to yes. In order to learn, in order to grow, in order to get a place in your life, you have to endure attempts of not getting it right. You have to endure attempts of not perfect. You have to endure attempts of not getting it right. Sometimes when you are trying, you don't succeed. That's not failure, my friend. That's the process. That process may achieve higher than you think. See, that process may suck. That process may don't work out on your way. That process, if you are getting you are on the way. If you are getting the process on your way, so you can learn better things. So you can work out for better things for your life. Fail forward. Failure doesn't define you because that is the process. In a believer perspective, I call that trust in the process as tawakkul. Allah says in the Quran, "Inna ma'al usri yusra." Indeed, with hardship will be ease. You trust Allah in everything, no matter what. You lose, trust Allah. You win, trust Allah. You gain, trust Allah. You have a problem, trust Allah. That process may be slow, but every step matters. Keep patient as well as trust the process. You will be amazed at where it takes you. You keep working, keep learning, and most importantly, you never lost the faith. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് മത്സരത്തിന് ശേഷം വേദിയിൽ നടക്കാനിരിക്കുന്ന ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് മത്സരത്തിന് ശേഷം വേദിയിൽ നടക്കാനിരിക്കുന്ന PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിനുള്ള മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് ലോഡ് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നതിനായി മൈക്ക് പോയിന്റിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരുക. നെക്സ്റ്റ് കോഡ് ലെറ്റർ D on the stage. Topic: make every moment count. Judges, please note. Code letter D on the stage. Topic: make every moment count.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're discussing about time. What is time? We know. It's a valuable resource that we all possess. We know time is not like other resource, which is irreversible. It's a gift from God. It's a treasure from God. Here, I remember a story from my mom. He used to say a story that's about her classmate, that's about our neighbor. In her study times, this classmate was behind in studies. She often struggled in her studies. After, over the years, my mom got married, as like other classmates got married. Even the class toppers got married. But she proceeded her perseverance. This classmate continues her hard work thoroughly. So now she is become a teacher. What makes a thought to us as Junior Martin Luther King sir, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then fly. Which denotes keep moving even you face obstacles. So, We know the story of tortoise and rabbits. We know tortoise is unskilled or low in skill. But what about rabbit? He is a skilled person. But what's happened? His overconfidence killed his power. Actually, rabbits didn't use his time thoroughly as he wants. We know actually what's the time denotes. Each person have a time, that's his lifetime. So we want to success. How can we success? We want to make every moment count. Here I'm saying 6 reminders to you for our success. First one, set our goals. It's a basic thing to count our time. We want to identify our priority, our what want to be achieved. The second one, focus on present. We don't dwell on the past. We don't dwell on the future or don't think excessively about the future. Then only we can make our time count. The third one, eliminate your distraction, which means we have some distraction, some habits which are wasting our times. For example, mostly the mobile phone is our massive distraction. So regulate it. The fourth one, keep a schedule, which is the best way to make our time as effectively. We have 60 minutes in an hour. We have 7 days in a week. We have 365 days in a year. What we are doing with this time? We know our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, made this nature as schedule. He molded the day and night. He made 5 works in a day. So, guys, we want to schedule our time. Then the fifth one, keep mindfulness. So, you want to focus on your task. Don't focus on others. Then only you can count your time effectively. Then the sixth one, take calculated risk. We want to face the risk or try to new things in our life. Then only we can count our time effectively. We know the story of Pele. He was faced his first play. He can't play with effectively because the fear of crowd. But the next night of that play, his coach identified him playing at the midnight, practicing midnight. So here we want to understand the proverb of Arabic, manjadda wajda. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
ഇതോടുകൂടി ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് മത്സരം അവസാനിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി വേദിയിൽ PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരം ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് ലോട്ട് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നതിനായി മൈക്ക് പോയിന്റിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരുക. PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരത്തിന് ലോട്ട് സ്വീകരിക്കാത്ത മത്സരാർത്ഥികൾ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് മൈക്ക് പോയിന്റിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരുക. ഉടൻ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരാർത്ഥികളുടെ പ്രത്യേക ശ്രദ്ധക്ക് മത്സര സമയം 5 മിനിറ്റ്. വാണിംഗ് ബെൽ 4 മിനിറ്റ് ആകുമ്പോൾ അടിക്കുന്നതാണ്. PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരം വേദിയിൽ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. ജഡ്ജസ് പ്ലീസ് നോട്ട് Code letter A on the stage. Topic: the digital age, how is sacrificing privacy for convenience? Code letter A on the stage. Topic: the digital age, are we sacrificing privacy for convenience?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Praise be to God. A lot of
Code
creation.
letter
Praise
A on the
and
stage.
globalization.
Topic: the digital age, are we sacrificing privacy for convenience?
Respect the peace and knowledge is present here, my beloved brothers. And the Jesus Alex hovering is the scarlet and the wings of our Christ, give you opportunity. But the right hand is the
The digital age, are we sacrificing privacy for convenience?
Respect the peace and knowledge is present here. We are willing to pray to the modern world. And the Jesus gets it on the top of the topic. But it's something actually significant. We are looking at the right hand. It's going to be emergency alarm. And praise is going to be emergency alarm. The ancient we are the civilization that we've been making by digitalization. It's not ridiculous. Isn't the technology become an integral part of their lifestyle? And cyber security become a more essential part of lifestyle. Think about that. One of the major perspective ideology of the making by virtualization. The reason radical civilians are going to be made from fiction to reality. Another fiction to reality. So we come out there, the main math will become out there. It's monitoring every movement. And this will be counting cameras and algorithms that are capturing our faces, voices, even our brain photos of. My dear brothers, are we sacrificing privacy for convenience? I don't know. We plan for a vacation within the super second because the advertisement of hotels and other kind of tour plans. Who give this kind of information for this kind of platform? This is the paradox of this digital age I will be facing here. Look at the perspective of case of Cambridge Analytica saying that it will be millions of data will be collected by politicians. Who is the data will be making that for the election in United States of America? By politicians. Who give this kind of privacy we'll be having here? Check with another case we'll be making here. There was a saying in English, you don't buy a product, you are the product. One of the ways, you are the product. Look at the Islamic perspective of this kind of privacy we've been having here. Emphasis, ethical consideration and responsibilities. Ethical consideration, responsibility for others, to integrate, to make an adorable and proud being here. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, will be saying that whoever looking into the house without their permission, who will be googled out, and the word he used that googled out in his eyes. This is the main area we'll be capturing here. Think it's on the digital house. Internet has a digital house, and the perspective we'll be making here. The Quran advocates that the main beautiful words, وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا. Don't be spy for others. To making this privacy we'll be capturing here. Do you know that another way we'll be capturing Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, saying that the beautiful part and lessons about privacy is not a luxury. Privacy is not a luxury. We'll be capturing in our minds that we'll be making a lot of perspective, and another area we'll be making that's we'll be making. In Arabic there was a word amana, trust. and the perspective. I don't want to prolong my words and the consideration. One of the real baby making that grandma say that how many of Santa Claus never will be choose Gaza to giving gift because there is no children. How many majority of them never see the real because we are in the echo chamber. We want in the safe zone of privacy. I don't want to prolong here that the beautiful lines of Robert Frost will be saying that how many road must a man walk down before he call him a man. Be a man, not mad. The one of the major perspective that be a man, not mad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Next code letter B on stage. Topic: Education versus experience. What truly prepares us for life?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. Respected personalities, teachers, and my beloved audience, today I am honored to speak about the topic of experience versus education, what truly prepares us for life. Dears, what is education? Yeah, it's currently, we can say that it's a systematic instructions by or receiving the systematic instructions and giving from the universities or schools. And also, education is wonder that it's an enlightening experience. And what is experience, dears? We know experience is a practical contacts of events. We know our generation underestimate that the experience is out of fashion. Education can only earn the knowledge. And also some of our ancestors presume that actually this generation education can practically earn the knowledge. Dears, actually the knowledge is the blend of both education and experience. We know the life of Mahatma Ji. Gandhi always blend his education and also his experience. He weaved with his hand his cotton. He give the experience molded with education. And also we hear about the legend Manik Fan in the Lakshadweep. Who is him? He's a senior citizen in Lakshadweep. He is now a marine biologist He is now an ecologist. He is now a teacher. Moreover, he teaching other students. Really, he didn't went to school. How he earned the education? How he acquired the education? Actually, really, we want to realize that he earned from his ancient teaching methods, and he blends his thoughts with experience. So, dears, we want to understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, in the 20th ayah of Surah Ankabut, قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَيَنْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَعَ الْخَلْقِ. Travel the world, travel the earth, and see how the world, how the creature began. So, the experience is not only the experience with education can acquire the knowledge in this earth, in this world. The Hadith, Quran is the model, is the example for it. So I conclude my words. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
PG വിഭാഗം സ്പീച്ച് അറബിക് മത്സരത്തിന്റെ മത്സരഫലം പുറത്തുവരുന്നു. ഫസ്റ്റ് പ്രൈസ് കോർഡിനേറ്റർ സി മുഹമ്മദ് അൻസിൽ, വാഫി ക്യാമ്പസ് കാളികാവ് വിത്ത് എ ഗ്രേഡ്. സെക്കൻഡ് പ്രൈസ് ഹഫീദ് അഹമ്മദ് EM, Wafy Campus Tiruvallur with B grade. Third prize, Muhammad Sajad KP, KKHM Balanjeri with C grade. PG വിഭാഗം ഇൻസ്പയറിംഗ് ടോക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മത്സരഫലം പുറത്തുവരുന്നു. First prize goes to Muhammad Munawar K, Wafy Campus Tiruvallur with A grade. Second prize Muhammad Sadiq P, Wafy Campus Kaligaon with B grade. Third prize Muhammad Saeed KP, KKHM Balanjeri with B grade. Vedil, code letter C. Topic: Globalization versus local identity. Are we losing what makes us unique?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafi rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Respected teachers and my beloved audience, it's kind of ecstasy and honor on behalf of these graceful dignitaries on the dais, and also to be the part of this 2024 13th Wafy Arts Fest. And today, I stand in front of you all to deliver a few words on the topic, globalization versus local identity. Are we losing what makes us unique? Anyway, your all glazing faces are literally making me comfortable to stand and speak from here. Alhamdulillah. Dears, let me begin with the words of the infamous late former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. He says, arguing against globalization is like arguing against the laws of gravity. We all know globalization is not just a concept, it's a reality that's happening in the world. Even at the moment, globalization is happening around the world. It has deep historical roots. It began with the ancient trade route like Silk Road, where goods and ideas intertwined across the continents over the 18th and 19th century, the globalization was accelerated by the industrialization, transforming the world into the concept modernization. And we know, in a sense, actually, the exposition of westernization, that the modern liberal economists are saying that westernization is the only way for development, which means it is leading to the exploitation of diversity. It is losing the particularism of diversity, or the particularism of this uniqueness. It's difficult not to mention the post-colonial literature, the very famous novel of Chinua Achebe's The Things Falling Apart in 1958, Nigeria, West Africa. He precisely, powerfully illustrates the scenario where how the Western colonizers, how the British colonizers, missionaries disrupted the customs, culture, language, tradition, everything, even their existence. Congo, a character in this novel, was forced or pressurized to adapt this foreign culture, even though he is a great warrior in the society. That situation. And also the books like Creative Destruction by Taylor, and also the book like Globalization, Paradox, all these books literally emphasize the situation like the assumption, this assumption like the mentality, this culture is better than this tradition, or this kind of tradition is superior to this way of life. So this mentality or this mindset is really, really the first problem. Just considering an example, we started consuming a lot of fast food nowadays, silencing our traditional dishes, and also our clothes, including me and you, our tradition, our education, our media, our television, everything. Which means, I'm not saying embracing a new idea is not a bad thing, but it is losing the fundamental thing of our culture. This exaggeration is losing the fundamental thing of our culture. It's a reality. And we know all the countries, all the regions have their own narratives. People in Kerala have their own narratives. So do the people in Tamil. So do the people in Punjab. Whether he's an American, Korean, Japan, all the people have their own narratives. But globalizing all these narratives into one single global narrative, there we are losing this unity, or there we are losing this kind of uniqueness or local identity. I'm not saying globalization is inevitable. I'm not saying globalization is not necessary, but globalization is inevitable, and of course we want this local identity. There is a Quranic verse, وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. Islam is giving a lot of importance to the customary practices. Islam is giving a lot of importance to the customs, culture, language, tradition. Islam is not abandoning the culture, but giving a legal side to the culture, which means it is perfect and structureful. Dr. Umar Farooq Abdullah says in his article, Islam and Culture in Badu, he says that over hundreds of countries over the world, of the hundreds of years, the rule like Ottoman Empire, all the countries had their own culture, their own language, their own tradition, but without losing the unity of Islam. How beautiful it is, how structureful it is. Let's join our hands and join our hearts, just like the way Islam showed us. Our culture, our language, our kindness, our tradition, our values are not barriers but bridges to learn, respect, embrace each other. It's not barriers but bridges. Let's join our hearts and join our hearts, but by using the diversity as a goodness, but not letting the globalization to use us and take away our identity. That's all. Let me wind up my words. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Next code letter D. Topic: Technology vs real life. Are we losing our human touch? Just please note code letter D.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المخلوقين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Respected jury and my beloved brothers. Recently, I had an issue with a product that I newly bought. I tried to contact customer service, but I was stuck in the loop of automated responses. It was frustrating until I finally reached a human agent who genuinely listened and resolved my issue. The small act of empathy made a huge difference. That's called the human touch. Dears, technology has become an inseparable part of our lives, from communication, education, healthcare, entertainment, etc. It has revolutionized every sphere of human activity. Amidst this technological advancement, we must ask ourselves a critical question. Are we losing our human touch? Technology as a tool was designed to make our lives more easier. It simplifies complex tasks. It connects us across continents mere seconds and providing solutions for problems once we thought unsolvable. Consider AI-based system, recommend products, predict healthcare, or even compose music. But as we deep dive into this digital reality, we are also facing an uncomfortable reality. The increasing dependence on machines may become at the expense of our human genuine connections. According to World Metrics Org, the study in 2024 reveals that 71% of people believe the technology is harming our social skills. Additionally, 65% of Americans feels that the smartphone have hindering their ability to have meaningful conversations. Think about this. When was the last time you called your friend for just to check in rather than quick text or emojis? We are now so accustomed to instant messages, video calls, and social media that the warmth of in-person interactions feels like luxury. This shift can leave with us feeling emotionally disconnected. The human touch, the hugs, handshakes, or even a shared laughter has no technological substitute. Sidney Harris, the non-American journalist, said famously, "The real danger is not that the computers will begin to think like men, but the men will begin to think like computers." In our personal lives, number of likes or emojis on a photo cannot match with the joy of a loved one say, "I am proud of you" in face to face. See, imagine a world where we use technology to enhance, not replace our human bonds. As creators and users of technology, the responsibility lies with us to ensure that the technology serves as a bridge, not a barrier. Yes, indeed, technology is a marvel, but it should never overshadow what makes us truly human. As said as the great Islamic scholar in our era, Hakim Murad, don't let modernity to control over you. Let's innovate with technology. Let's build a future of world with technology that aids, not replace our human bonds. It's not an easy task. We students, well-educated, skilled human resource of future cannot compromise with this earth. It's our challenging, glorious faith. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ഇതോടുകൂടി വേദി ഒന്നിലെ മത്സരങ്ങൾ അവസാനിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു.